I don't have the experience or the knowledge that many of my filmmaking peers do have.
It's just hard when you have to go into class and you see that you are among like some of like the brightest like people and you just don't feel that you're good enough. Hello, welcome back. It's been a week since I've been back. I've had wisdom, teeth surgery. Here I am without wisdom, reflecting back on a trip that was one of the best experiences of my life in Cannes, France. Before I left, I finished my sophomore year, not feeling the best about myself. Sophomore year was a time. So I took like I took like 2 planes over there. I took like 2 layovers to get to France. But when I got there, I met 2 of the, God, I don't know how to explain them. They were just 2 great roommates that I got. When I got there, Rachel and Riley, they're just some great people. I met my friends, aka my roommates in our apartment. Introduce yourself.
Dabbing in 2018. I'm living in 3025. Y'all back in 2018.
Oh, is that your introduction? Introduce yourselves, people.
Follow me on Instagram at CrocsGirl. No I in girls. CROCSGRL. I have a history on YouTube. I used to be Minutia Cat, so
Okay.
follow.
So the very first day, it was basically kind of like orientation. So we got there, they did a lot of stuff. I mean, just basically told us a lot of stuff and house rules and everything of all that program. And I just like, honestly, it made me very excited for what was going to happen there. I feel like I'm at a conference. I'm at Playlist Live. We're at Playlist. Or no, we went to VidCon. We're at VidCon right now. What's happening? We're at orientation right now. We're trying to, I don't know, we're just supposed to find out some basic stuff about orientation, and then we're gonna go on a walking tour. I wanted to use this experience as a fresh start to seeing, you know, what the world was like, being more open-minded and believing that I do belong in a place where hundreds of movies are being bought and sold for thousands and millions of dollars in one of the biggest film festivals in the world. It's just no big deal.
I'm down for some crepe.
She fucking vlogging? Yeah. Walked along the coast, you could see the nice blue waters, the nice everything. It was beautiful. Oh! Oh!
Catch that.
Catch that, I got it.
On film.
On film. Where's Paolo at?
No, that's like a great
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna pretend it's here instead, you know?
Miranda.
If you remember the iconic Disney Channel original movie, the Lizzie McGuire movie, which talks about how Lizzie McGuire goes to Europe and she ends up finding a guy, superstar named Paolo, who ends up taking advantage of her, only leading up to her having her own concert and spitting what is known as one of the greatest songs of our generation. This is what dreams are made of.
Hey now, this is what dreams are made of. Hey now, this is what dreams are made of.
Going over there, I honestly thought I was just a fraud because like I was just like, why do I belong here.
Open your eyes. Dreams are made of.
And one of the stops that we stopped by was the Olympia Theater, which was part of the program that I was in, was that I had to make a short film in the span of 2 weeks with a team, and we would produce a film and have it screened at a theater in Kansas.
Can we honestly just talk about how there's Truth or Dare and like Rampage just playing here?
MILF. There's MILF.
MILF.
And then we finally get to the Palais, which is where most of the festival activities are held, and I just saw the big poster bulletin. I don't even know how to describe it. Just that big blue poster with 2 people making out, and they're like in their car and whatever. But it's just hitting me that I am here. Day life before we actually started working on the short film was I just went ahead and explored Cannes. We just went to one of like the highest points, some of the high points, hills and all that in the town, took pictures, and I just can't get over like how beautiful the city is, and how, I don't know, it's just such a different vibe than the United States and Los Angeles or living in Texas. Not your aesthetic. Part of my day-to-day routine also was riding the bus, which in and of itself was an experience very interesting. The bus can definitely be a communal experience, and it definitely did help me and a lot of friends bond closer, mostly because we were squished together. And that time I almost fell out of the bus, and that time they like closed the door on my bags. So touristy stuff. And then when we get into the place, when you walk in, you just see this big sign that says Cannes, and it says Marche de Film and all that stuff. And it was such an interesting thing having like a badge, which, look at that. I was so official with that badge. Official selection movies are kind of like the main component of the festival, in which these films are selected and they are judged by the jury of the Cannes Film Festival, and they judge it, and then there's a whole ceremony of that whole thing. But that's the more, I guess that's the more like flashy, big celebrity, big hype event type of thing. When actually the festival, think of the festival more as like a marketplace. And in that marketplace you have buyers and sellers. And these buyers or sellers are watching movies that aren't usually like red carpet events. They're trying to buy movies to see what would sell well, I don't know, in whatever countries that they're going to be distributed in. So it was just interesting seeing that side of business, because as you know, the movie industry is not just all entertainment, it is still a business, and people still need to make money off of it. I was given the great opportunity to actually go to two red carpet events. Not necessarily like big flashy red carpet, but I was lucky enough to go to 2 screenings of the movies in official selection and actually walk on the red carpet without the paparazzi. But it was just fun to do that. 8:30 a.m. screening. That was a little bit of struggle, but I got up and I went to go watch the movies. And one of the red carpet official selection movies I watched was Cold War, and then there was another movie called Three Faces. I went to other screenings of movies that haven't premiered yet, which is really cool because you got to see what would be coming in like soon. I saw Juliet naked, Black Panther on the Beach, which I will say is so much fun. I watched Ash is Pure as White. Oh, and I watched Under the Silver Lake. Ooh, I watched Spike Lee's new film, BlacKkKlansman, which I was super excited that I got the opportunity to go and watch his film there, which did really well there actually, but oh my gosh, that was my favorite film I think to watch while I was there. Ooh. One of the other things that I was gonna say, I watched Black Panther the day before Ryan Coogler was gonna give a talk. And I waited 3 hours, 2.5 hours to 3 hours in line to see Ryan Coogler speak, and it was well worth it. He said some incredibly inspiring stuff, also insightful stuff. He also said a lot of interesting points, and his passion, you see a lot of his passions came from, and you kind of see where his perspective is, especially as being like a black man living in America, which like I definitely like learned a lot from because I took an African American Studies course the past semester, so it was just interesting to see how the parallels between my class and Ryan Coogler's ideas for Black Panther melded together. Also, The Weeknd was there. I don't know why The Weeknd was there, but he was there. Oh, I went to a few red carpet events, saw some of the red carpet events. I saw the red carpet event for Solo, and I think it was The House That Jack Built, which I heard that the film is very controversial, so.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Yes. So today we are just kind of hanging out, you know? My life is so wacky. Sorry I haven't been vlogging lately, guys. I just got over an illness. But I'm back. I'm off my hiatus now, ready to go. I plan on making 100 videos this year, so stay tuned, dude.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Anna, do you want to be in my vlog that I don't vlog often? I'm sorry, she's doing important emails right now. Miss Movie Deal right here.
I'm saying yes to working on the blind spot.
Oh, okay. Look at this right here.
I'm saying yes.
Like an hour about like nothing.
Guys, this is Anna. She's cool. She just gets more interesting, and like some of the things you say, I'm just like, this is interesting.
What did you say yesterday? A can of Coke. A can of Coke. Because we're in can. Can of Coke. Wow.
Yeah, you have such a. I know. Hey, what's guys? This is such harsh. Like my forehead is like bright.
Is what? Gorgeous? Correct. Stupid. Never insult you.
Okay. Stupid. Insults. But insults other people.
It's like, stop, this is stupid.
National Geographic here with that pigeon.
With that pigeon.
There's a pigeon just right behind you.
Hello? Penelope Cruz.
Oh,
Penelope Cruz. Leash on it, can we make it a dog?
What? Like what?
Oh, did any of you see Toto Slow 7? Yeah.
No, I didn't get to
There's
see
a part
it.
where the girl is flirting with
Oh,
the
spoilers. Oh. Spoilers. It doesn't matter.
I told you the whole story.
I know.
But she's flirting with him, and they're like, their family is somebody's getting married, and so they're in the top of this church, and they're fucking around, and then she looks at him and takes a handful of pigeon feathers, like diseased pigeon feathers, and sprinkles them on top of his head. And she's like, ha 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 ha. It's like this tiny montage of like feathers flying down. I'm like, I see fleas, I see rabies.
Okay, so aside from like participating in the festival activities, I mean, I still had a job to do, which was to help make the film with my peers to be screened over there. More of my task was more on the end of the project, which was during post-production, which I would edit with the other director, and we would be doing that. So me and all my roommates basically stayed inside our rooms for like day and a half to 2 days editing straight. I mean, there's nothing like extravagant or luxurious about that. We literally just sat on our dining table with our computers, editing, cutting, syncing sound, all that stuff, and that was it. Look at all of these colorful clips. Just 10 minutes of 3 days worth of editing. I'd say that is a pretty good job for me and Riley. I had done the job I needed to do, so I just decided that it was time for me to walk around. I ended up going to the, I don't know, I'm probably butchering the name, Suquet Tower? It's like the highest point in Cannes. It's like, I mean, it's given. It's a tower of a castle. So I went up there with my friend, overlooked Cannes, and I was just like, I can't get over how beautiful the city is, and this was like towards the end of my trip, and I still could not get over how beautiful it is seeing from the top of that place. So I was hyped, and I was so happy that I got to experience that, and gracious, amen. I think it was 2 days or a day before, the last 2 days before the trip was over, it was the time of our screening, and I was just so excited and a little bit nervous because you are seeing something that you've made on a huge screen.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's me, just checking in. Today is premiere day, so we'll update you on how I'm feeling. Sorry I've been on a hiatus for a few weeks.
Riley?
I want a compilation of these. Hey, what's up, you guys? Yes.
Do you want to?
Here's my business card. Make sure.
Subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos every Wednesday/Thursday.
Why is Rios not there?
I didn't make these. I didn't make them.
Okay. It's a full house, guys. Riley, are you ready to see 3 days worth of editing pay off?
It won't. I want to give it to you.
Megan? Picture of me? Take a picture of you? Take a picture of me?
Taking video. It's a video.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, we fight. It's a duel.
Rachel in the background.
Hello. Hey.
The screening went really well. I was very proud of what I saw on screen. I was proud of what we could accomplish in a matter of 2 weeks or so. So I don't know. We did pretty well for our team. Looking back at these clips, I just felt like I've made a lot of friends, and I've made a lot of people that I can talk to and ask for help with in the world that I somehow found myself in. Being able to bond with them over this experience of trying to fit in whatever world that we found ourselves in for 2 weeks is just really put it left an impression on my heart. And if my friends ever come across this vlog, I mean, they have been, I don't know, this experience has just been one of the best in my short life, and I'm glad I got to experience it with all of the awesome filmmakers that I met over the span of 2 weeks, and I'm so happy that I got to know them, and I'm so happy for all that they're going to accomplish in the future. So to all of my friends out there who were with me, I just want to say that I love you and appreciate you, and I will support you because I want to. You are just great. You are all just great people. I think the biggest takeaway from this trip is the whole concept of fake it till you make it. And I honestly faked it till I make it. My friends faked it till we made it. And I think in doing so, it helped me believe in myself a lot more because it made me feel like I did have a place in a world that I didn't really see myself in until now. And this whole thing was just such a big, mind-blown trip that I was just so happy to see. So no, I did not end up getting Paolo. I did not end up having a concert at the end of that whole thing. But you know what? I feel like I gained so much more with the friends that I made with the experience I had, and I'm ready to go and to set on this world on fire with all of my filmmaking skills that I'm still growing and developing. So blessed am I to be able to have this experience.
Like, comment, subscribe. Smash that like. Smash that like. Every day.
Wow, okay. That's nice.
And subscribe and
And do you wanna be in my vlog that I don't vlog often? Oh, I'm sorry, she's doing important emails right now. Miss Movie Deal right here.
Yes, working on the blind spot.
Oh.